right, when you need to find sine, cosine, and tangent, whether there's numbers or variables as the sides, you really need to know the three ratios for the triangle. So sine, you have opposite over hypotenuse, cosine adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent opposite over adjacent. So let's start with this triangle, and I have my sine x, cosine x, and tangent x here, and this is my angle x. So the first thing I'm going to do is look at this triangle. The hypotenuse is the longest side. It's across from the right angle. The right angle points to it. So this is my hypotenuse. And then the other one that makes up the angle. So the angle has two sides, this one and this one. One side is going to always be the hypotenuse. If it's the 90-degree angle, you can't do it. So one side is the hypotenuse. The other side will be the adjacent. And finally, the one across from the angle is the opposite. I like to think of this like a flashlight, and the beam of the flashlight is on the wall, the opposite one. Okay? So sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite is A, hypotenuse is B, so this is A over B. Cosine, adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent is C, hypotenuse is B. So C over B. And then finally, tangent is opposite over adjacent. So opposite is A, adjacent is C, so I get A over C. Now what if I have numbers? So this other triangle has my numbers. And again, I'm going to follow these three ratios, but now I have my sides of the hypotenuse is 25, okay, YP. The hypotenuse is 25, but now we've got to decide what angle. I am told sine B. That means my angle is here, B. So then my opposite is this wall over here. Opposite. And the adjacent is here. Alright, so looking at that, all I need to do is write out my ratios for sine, cosine, and tangent. So sine is opposite over here, opposite over hypotenuse. So the opposite is 24 and the hypotenuse is 25. So 24 over 25. And cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, so that's 7 over 25. And then tangent is going to be opposite over adjacent, which will be 24 over 7. And that would be all you'd have to do.